Most of us grew up eating scrambled eggs that were cooked fast over a high flame, leaving them dry, airy, and a little rubbery. Then you have Gordon Ramsay, a chef with 7 Michelin stars and a restaurant empire spanning the globe. When Ramsay auditions a new chef for one of his elite kitchens, he doesn't ask them to prepare a complicated reduction or perfectly sear a Wagyu steak. He asks them to make scrambled eggs. If a cook makes a mistake on a complex dish, they can easily cover it up. A thick, heavy sauce poured over a piece of meat can mask poor searing technique or uneven seasoning. Scrambled eggs strip away those hiding places. With only eggs and butter in the pan, a cook has to rely entirely on their raw ability to control temperature and timing. Professional kitchens are chaotic environments, defined by blistering heat. Managing that extreme thermal energy is a mandatory survival skill. A plate of scrambled eggs acts as a culinary lie detector. It immediately exposes who actually understands heat control and who is simply following a recipe. The Ramsay method starts by breaking 6 cold eggs directly into a cold nonstick pan, along with a few thick slices of cold butter. Many home cooks pre-whisk their eggs in a bowl. This whips air into the mixture, resulting in eggs that cook up airy and grainy rather than dense and creamy. Firmly, at this stage, you also leave the salt shaker completely alone. Adding salt to raw eggs triggers an immediate chemical reaction. The sodium breaks down the delicate egg proteins prematurely, drawing out their moisture and turning the entire mixture watery. Earning a passing grade on this test requires unlearning almost every habit standard breakfast preparation teaches us. Once the pan hits medium heat, you use a silicone spatula to stir continuously. You treat the eggs with the same constant scraping attention you would give a risotto. Then comes the thermal cycle, 30 seconds on the heat, followed immediately by 20 seconds off the heat. Continuous direct heat overcooks delicate egg proteins in seconds. By pulling the pan off the burner, residual heat forms soft curds without scorching. You are actively manipulating the invisible thermal energy held within the pan itself. Achieving the perfect scramble proves a chef knows how to dictate thermal momentum, rather than just reacting to a hot stove. The next step is highly counterintuitive. You have to take the eggs off the heat completely before they actually look finished. Because of thermal carryover, the eggs will keep cooking even after the burner is off. If they look perfectly done while still in the pan, they will be stiff and rubbery by the time you sit down to eat. To hit the culinary emergency brake and stop the cooking, you stir in a spoonful of cold crème fraîche. The cold cream drastically drops the temperature, instantly halting the cooking process. Simultaneously, it adds a luxurious, tangy richness to the final texture. Only now, with the temperature stabilized off the heat, do you fold in your salt, freshly ground pepper, and chopped chives. If you miss this specific window to hit the thermal breaks, the dish is ruined. Perfection means knowing exactly when to stop. The resulting eggs are glossy, slightly flowing, and hold a rich, custard-like consistency. Instead of a spongy yellow block, the scramble flows like a savory pudding, spooned generously over a thick slice of toasted sourdough bread. This explains why Ramsay uses this simple breakfast to evaluate elite talent. A successful plate proves the cook possesses patience, respects the raw chemistry of the ingredients, and understands the invisible forces of the kitchen. Those are the exact skills required to maintain the rigorous standards of fine dining and Michelin star reviews. But you don't need years of culinary school or a pantry filled with rare ingredients to eat like royalty. By treating 2 humble ingredients with precision, science, and respect, anyone has the power to pass the ultimate chef's test and create a world-class meal in their own kitchen.